front wings on these cars have had to be changed in recent years. They now have a thicker, rounded end plate so they can stand a much lesser chance of puncturing a tyre if they hit it.
One thing we might see this year is drivers having problems with cramp. All the teams have followed Williams' lead from last year and positioned their drivers lower in the car, reclined further back with their feet raised up more.
One of the problems the drivers have to contend with is visibility. Their visors get very dirty out on the track. Every 5 laps or so they'll need to give it a wipe to keep it clear with the back of their glove or their sleeve. Of course, when it gets really difficult to see, they can peel off one of the clear tear-off strips that cover the visor.
He's already behind at the first split. Down into second, down into first, second, up into third. That's down on his previous fastest lap over the second sector.
This year all the teams have lowered the driving seat to try and combat the turbulence caused by the driver's helmet, which reduces the efficiency of the air intake into the engine. Another benefit they hope to see will be better handling of the car due to the lower centre of gravity.
That's a better time over the first intermediate. An interesting point to note is that both Williams and Jordan, two of the great innovators in car design, have opted for an oval air intake above the driver's head. It'll be interesting to see what difference this makes. He's improving on his own previous times, but still down on the qualifying leader. Up into second. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. Down into first. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
One unique feature of the Stewart car design is the high side pods on the car and the large turning vanes, which should reduce the amount of debris that is sucked off the track into the radiator grills during the normal course of a race. This sort of accumulation can actually cause a drop-off between 10 and 20% in the radiator's efficiency.
Your fuel's low! Pit in!
Barrichello! That was a bit of a scrape along the Armco. He really is having to brake very heavily there. He's already behind at split 1 and also down on his own previous best.
When you're driving a Formula 1 car, you cannot be tense. You're strapped in, you feel every movement, you're part of the car, and if you're tense with the car, it slides that little bit more. You must relax and let the car do the work.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today. Down into second, down into first, up into second. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. He's down at intermediate 2, but he's improved on his previous times.
Are you okay?
I'm looking at the qualifying lap times now. Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there. Let me just check how that time compares. That's down on his previous fastest lap at the second split. Up into third, down into second, down into first. That's a Stewart! Martin, that looked as if he just rubbed the wall there.
You're right there, Murray.
He's already behind at split 1 and also down on his own previous best. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today. Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. Down into first. Second gear. Up into third. He's down on the leader at split 2, but his time is quicker than his previous best. Well, he's got a bit to do over the rest of the lap to improve on his previous times. That's a good second split time. Not the fastest we've seen, but very respectable nevertheless. Second gear. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. Down into first. He's improving on his own previous times, but still down on the qualifying leader. New safety rules for the design of the cars this year have meant that the teams have had to include a deformable structure behind the gearbox to protect the driver in the event of rear impact. Ferrari did this last year, and they've already overcome most of the problems, like excessive vibration, which can crack the rear wing. His time for the first sector is better, but he's still not as quick as the fastest qualifier. At split 2, he's a bit behind his best time so far.
Fuel's getting low. Get ready to come in.
It's Barrichello. I cannot believe it. Well, Martin, I don't think he'll have been planning to take that detour.
You're right there, Murray.